I feel like I'm not playing at my best, or like I get really close to beating someone, and then like I just fumble it entirely, um, or like I'm just dropping down points like crazy, um,
Okay.
and I don't know. It's just very inconsistent. One moment I'm like going toe to toe with like a GM, the next moment I'm like losing to like gold three.
Okay, that is a
Um,
pretty big like disparity.
yeah. Not that I think I'm at that level. It's just that like I feel like uh, what I'm doing is like not really consistent at all.
Okay, well let's
Um,
explore that. So let's let me ask you. So when you're saying that what you think you're doing is not consistent. What are you doing? Like, what's the plan? Like, I know that level from last time we talked about like establishing better positions. Specifically like more lateral and diagonal spacings because that's where Sheik thrives. We also talked a little bit about like like reactive play, proactive play. So where are you at? Like, what is your play style doing right now? Like, how has it evolved with these new
I think
things?
I've tried pushing a little bit more proactively, but I think um, it needs more work for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
And what
Whenever
makes
I
you
try
say
to
that?
whenever I try to do a proactive play, like it usually kind of just like falls flat, and then I kind of subconsciously shift back to my old play style a lot more.
Okay. So what would
But
be
when
an
I
example of something that you do that falls flat?
hmm, maybe I would try to go for like a read or like a grab in like a mix up scenario, and then I get like shine punished, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I lock that out of my brain without even thinking about it.
Okay.
Or I get cooked so hard I start autopiloting, and I don't even like think about what I'm doing anymore. Um, but in the case of like my current issue with Peach, I think this is more like a fundamental issue. Like I'm just missing matchup information that I should probably be implementing more.
Well,
Or
hold
like
on,
I don't.
because you've
Yeah.
actually provided like a very good clue as to why these two are giving you trouble. Believe it or not,
Oh, okay.
I have a feeling that how we're defining what we're going for is so okay. So without bogging down in mechanical details, I
Okay.
think we might want to like. So, would you consider proactive? What do you consider a proactive play? Is it just attacks, like grab or boost, like grab or F tilt, or is there other components to being proactive in this game?
I think taking space.
What does that
I
mean,
think
though?
it means forcing your. I guess like in most basic terms in my head, it's like you're putting your opponent more like a corner or like a box, and like you're controlling center. And like that's what it means to take space for me, at
Okay,
least.
so let's say we're fighting ice climbers, and we go into center stage, and they're under the side, the battlefield side platform doing their ice shit. So,
Yeah.
have we taken space? Is this good for us?
Uh, I'd say it's not great.
I feel like this is disastrous. I feel like we've just
Yeah.
put ourselves in like the worst spot we can possibly be on the map.
Hmm.
So maybe there's more to. What about? Let's try a different one because I get that that's like a somewhat biased example.
Yeah.
Let's say we're at zero versus Fox. Like we're both game starts. We're both at 0-0. We take center stage and he moves into slightly away from us, under a side platform. Are we good?
I would like Fox to be a bit further out, but it's a little bit better
Okay,
than
but do we want him to be further back, or do we want to be further back? Because we can only control one of those characters.
I would want Fox to be further back.
Okay, but we can't control Fox, so why do we
Yeah.
want him to be a little further back?
His options are more limited in the corner, at
Right,
least
but
in my eyes. Yeah.
like
Okay.
wouldn't he just advance? Because like, how do we defend against that? We don't have our tilt yet. We don't have anything. Like what we have is
Oh, I
aerials, and
see.
we're now in the middle of open space in the middle.
Hmm. That's true.
So perhaps there is. I don't disagree with the concept of with the fundamental tenet of center stage good. Like
Yeah.
but like there's a lot of situations I think, but I think that heuristic, people treat it like it's a law, but it's not, because the value of center stage has to while it is generally good, it is not always good. For example, like if Jigglypuff is at say 90 versus a Falco at 0, it is not good. If Falco's on top platform, does her being in the middle of the stage make any sense?
No.
No, because why? And why? Like, what is the problem here? Say they're on Dreamland.
Because Falco controls that space pretty well with like Dare and like Bear. And like there's not much we can do. Like we can't really contest with it. There's not much reason to be underneath
There
Falco.
we go. Like we can't contest. Our moves are not relevant in the spot we're in because of game state factors. Yes! Here we go.
Yeah.
So there is a value in taking space, but I think what we need to do is we need to reframe taking space to establishing a good fighting stance, i.e. like the space between us and our opponent is a good distance for us to work with. We have the stage features we need nearby or we're on them, we've activated them, that allow us to execute parts of our critical parts of our game plan or access them if need be. These, I think, are the things that we want to be like including in our definition of taking space, more beyond just like taking center stage, pushing opponent to corner.
Okay. Yeah, that's a much more like in-depth way to put it.
And it's more complete because like sometimes we can't just like bulldoze our way through like Falcon or like Falco or whatever into like center stage. Sometimes we have to take little victories on our way there because they are like the other top tiers are very powerful characters too. We are a very powerful, independent woman who can absolutely rock their shit, but like they're good too. Like they can rock us right back. So we have to like have we have to be willing to take what they give us. And sometimes that won't be like full on center stage. We take center stage at the party percent. Like we don't always get the dream scenario.
Yeah.
Because they have a vested interest in not giving us the dream scenario.
I think I struggle against playing against stuff like that a lot because my mind is always trying to go for the dream scenario.
Just high roll, baby. Like it's fine.
Yeah. I love gambling, but like
mongoose on one. Like let's go. Like it's just.
I think that also makes me super predictable.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
I think opponents can see what I really want because I go for it all the time, and it's just like, yeah, he's just gonna dash attack here because X, Y, and Z. And it's something I'm not fully aware of. It's something my opponent would tell me more than I would know myself, which kind of sucks. Like,
yeah,
it's a habit across like all games in general.
So you're playing someone like I'm gonna create a scenario. So we're fighting this asshole because fuck this guy. So you'll have him at like this percent. You'll see it in a moment. And you'll be like, please don't do anything.
Yes. Full stage dash attack, the classic. Yeah.
Oh, he can also attack that now? They figured out. Okay. Right. Somebody said it's like 63 now. Damn, labbing tax.
That's crazy.
Putting like good sheiks out of business.
Yeah, that's rough.
Die! Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So you'll be like here, and you'll be like, okay, I could go here. And take his drill and grab off the table, which seems good because I'm at 0 and I'm liable to get really hurt by those moves. Or I can dash attack.
Yes.
And I want to dash attack because it will kill him most of the time.
That first option isn't even on my brain. I didn't even think about like removing an option like that. Yeah.
And the cool thing here is, like, you can also then, like, sometimes get dash attacks off the plays that you goof up here like that. See what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my god.
So it's like... I think that what we have here is, like, a classic case of, like, you're looking at your side of the board. You're looking exclusively at your side of the board, kind of. Like, if you were playing chess, you'd know your moves, but not their moves.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and like this is common, I think, with characters like Sheik, Climbers, Falcon, and etc. Like really ones that like really emphasize their punish game as a key part of their win conditions, because like they usually play certain components of advantage state. Like their advantage states in certain spots are just kind of free. Like it's very straightforward what you do with Ganon when someone's above you. You up air until they die or move to the side, and then you kill them with something else or a more up air. Sheik is the same thing, except replace up air with back air. The other thing here, like, it's just, yeah, like, it's very formulaic, it's very sturdy. The problem is, it creates exactly the kinds of, like, if we don't then later re-educate ourselves to understand the opponent, like, how the opponent is taking in, like, what's going on, then like we have a tendency to there's a risk that we're gonna like not have a very complete picture of the game, and we're gonna have stuff like this happen where we're just like, all right, please, come on, Sabrina Carpenter, help me, materialize my punish move, and it's like and it's like, I get it, like I do, but like. Yeah, so we need a way to I think tap into what our opponent is seeing and like understand what they're going for a little bit better, so that we can we need a way to like loosen up our decision making process and be more mindful of them, I think. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So have you ever heard like a pro player describe a match where they were like maybe down or something, or maybe they just clobbered some like somebody 10, 50 ranks below them or something, and they're like, I just didn't let them have anything. Have you ever heard someone say that?
Yeah.
What do you think that means?
In like traditional fighting game terms, it just means that like we didn't let you get the moves off that you wanted. Like we kind of just we knew exactly what you wanted, essentially. We know you wanted that super there, or like you just wanted to like spam fireball there. Like we just took away things that we knew you liked doing bit by bit, and like kind of like choked you out of like playing at your best, essentially.
Gotcha. So it's almost like we're denying the opponent their critical thing, the certain critical components of their game plan for strategic benefit.
Yeah.
Okay, so in a game like Smash, where you can't kill with just any move, but like you need specific hits to set up your like edge guards and such, or like or auto kills, that seems like it would be a really good thing to be like focusing on, I think, because we can't like if we're fighting Fox here, this doesn't kill him, this doesn't kill him, this does, this does, this does, this does, but like this does not, this does not. So, like, there's, like, kind of a, there's only certain hits are valuable. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if they're punishing us if they're, like, tapping into our goals, it's a little counterintuitive, but what do you think would happen if we maybe tapped into their goals as a response? To try to, like, it's just fighting fire with fire, but what are your thoughts on that? Like, what does your gut say?
It would probably manipulate them to make more riskier plays, depending on the level of player. Like, they might be more willing to be like, okay, well, I need to find something that works.
Yeah.
And run up smash isn't working anymore. I gotta do something else. And then they start opening themselves up whenever they try something else. That's one way I look at it.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've played Peach, but like something common that happens with her versus Fox is she'll get to a game state where she's at like, say, this much damage. And then what does she start doing all the time?
Down smash? Oh. No.
So why do you think she starts shielding so much?
So she can stay on like the ground and like auto cancel with her float.
That is part of it, but let me ask you: does up throw up air work on her if she DIs? She DIs the throw.
I'm gonna assume no, because
it does not. Absolutely not. It doesn't work at 0 if she DIs the throw. But like at 92, what does he want to get on her?
Up air.
I mean, technically true, but like be more obvious.
At 92% up smash. That'd be a good hit.
I would think absolutely. Because it kills her.
Yeah.
Like, what move do you have that's, like, possibly better than killing the opponent?
Shine?
That is true, because it also kills the opponent.
Yeah.
So then also Drill. Now, which of these are good on shield? Shine, kind of.
Yeah, Shine, kind of.
And then the other two are, like, atrocious?
Yeah. Unless you're really good at it. I don't know.
No, well, I would say that, like, so Drill was only -6 if they hit it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So, which means that they haven't Drill Shined us in this stock.
Oh, yeah.
right? Because it would be their last 9 moves, can't occupy any of the slots. It basically means if we're at like 92 or like 78 or whatever the kill percent is, and they're doing fresh drill, it means that like they haven't hit us with drill to get that 78 damage, which is highly unlikely.
Yeah.
So it is -7 at best, which means it's grabbable, beatable. Like, no, we're cooking. Like, we are fine. We are cool as a cucumber because life is good, because we are Peach and we can't be thrown into a kill. Therefore, blocking a ton makes a ton of sense.
Does landing moves on shield unstale them, or is it
Absolutely
still
not. It only does it if it does damage.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah. So you can see like so what I would say is that like we also I think have a similar thing with Sheik versus Marth. Like this is like shielding a lot versus Marth at high damage. I think is a thing that we just kind of instinctively know is good. Even if we haven't put together why, like we kind of know that like Marth doesn't have like good setups off his like safe-ish moves in these late game scenarios. So like forcing him to look like blocking his overextensions, forcing him to do timing like to do low aerials so that he can attack our shield safely, and then like playing little reads like spot dodge and wave dash and preemptive wave dash back and stuff into his grabs. Like all of this is really strong against him. Have you ever is that something you've noticed in your play versus Marth?
I've noticed, versus Marth,
yeah. So
I'm pretty good at picking apart Marth.
Yeah, so what we're really trying to do here is we're trying to take that kind of because we arrived at that probably through intuition and maybe some like matchup know-how, but we're really trying to like then expand this into other matchups, and also kind of but also make it more dynamic so it's adjusted to the goals of the opponent at more precisely for the game state. I think that this is a good direction for us to work with. And I think that this is what I would recommend we do. Are you up for playing?
Oh, I can play.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just sent through my spectator code. Hell yeah. So how this will work, go into versus mode, as if you were playing at a Smash Fest, just because we'll also check that we're synced up there. And I'll explain how this will work, like how you'll do this practice. And you have to say it out loud.
Oh no, okay.
I know, but I can't read your mind, so if you don't say it, I can't know you're doing it.
Can't read my mind.
Well, I can, but there's a whole ethical thing there.
That was the whole reason I booked this. I thought you could.
I mean, I can, but ethics. I need consent, and then it's just the viewers can't see it. It's a whole thing. Okay.
Alright. Versus mode, you said?
Yeah, so back out into normal melee as if you're at a Smash Fest or something.
Okay.
Or playing a tournament set like a major.
Oh my god, it's been so long I kind of forgot. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and just enter the game with any computer. Preferably a top tier.
Oh, whoops.
Link is actually fine for this, but let's take Fox or something just for fun, just for simplicity.
Okay.
Okay, so at 0, so we're gonna look at our percent. We're at 0. What does Fox want to hit on us at 0?
Oh, that's usually drill or dare. I feel like.
Does Nair make sense, given that we're able to crouch cancel and ASDI down everything?
No, but I still see it come out a lot. I guess more of as a chump check.
Yeah, so but we're not a chump. So let's worry about the thing that we can't beat by holding down passively. So let's say drill, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So then at 52, what does he want?
Up here.
Grab? Okay. I would also say that Nair from earlier makes a lot more sense now.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So then what if we were... Yeah, so what if we were at, we're at 82 now. What does he want?
That's a lot, honestly. I feel like up smash.
You can pick two.
Hurts.
The idea... So something I want to clarify. The goal is not to, it's... Part of this is to, have us prioritize things based on impact, and the goal is not to be right on all of these, because if we are playing around drill and we force Fox to like do a bunch of like flyby, like hit and run nairs that aren't punishable, but like he doesn't get anything off of them to get us out of early game, then or is that really a bad thing?
Sorry, could you repeat that last bit?
Sure. So let's say we're fighting a Marth, and we're playing around grab because we're at 0, and he hits us with like a few down tilts while we're doing this. Like he hits us with 3 down tilts. So now we're out of early game. His fair knocks us over, like tipped fair knocks us over and combos us. So like we're out of early game. But is it really such a bummer that like that we were wrong about him trying to grab us?
Not necessarily.
No, not at all. Like, and what makes you say that?
Because we at least know what they kind of wanted. Right?
So we gained information, yes.
Yeah.
And then what else did we do to him? Tangibly.
Maybe we convinced them that like grab, they don't have to go for grab or something like that.
The maybe is what kills it. It's a good thought, and you're not wrong. But I'm looking for something concrete, and the maybe is what makes it not concrete.
Okay.
So I will give you the answer, and you're gonna laugh, but we made him do 3 times the amount of work to get us out of early game because he didn't grab us. He had to down tilt us 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah. So we frustrated them a bit for sure.
No, I mean like we're not even looking at the emotional component. It's just we made him have to do 3 hits instead of 1.
Got it.
Right?
So we got 3 hits out of it. We dodged that grab.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do a grab.
Yeah, we did instead of getting.
More preferable.
Yeah, instead of him doing an F throw mix up into like re-grab into up throw up tilt into like nair or whatever, like we made him down tilt and run away 3 times.
Yeah.
That seems phenomenal.
Like control. Yeah.
So, with this in mind, the one trick I will say is try to focus on how they get, like, on, if you're thinking of, like, a big payoff move, like up tilt, like Martha up tilt, he doesn't really go for up tilt, like, raw very often. Like, if we're at 20 and we're thinking, okay, up tilt, because of up through up tilt, just lean into, like, pick grab there, because he's getting the up tilt off the grab. So that would be one thing I'd point out. Moves that are, like, just part of how the character functions, i.e., like, they're critical components for how they just, like, move around and stuff, like Jigglypuff's back air or Falco's laser, don't count or Sheik's needle, for that matter, don't count those. Because those are just, like, those aren't really, like, moves they're playing for, they're just things they're doing because they're good things to do. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Last thing I'd say is try to pick 1 move. If you have to pick 2, it is okay. But challenge yourself. Try to pick the most important, like, impactful move to you, and in that game state, and like, don't be afraid to be wrong. Because again, the point of this is not to be right. It's so that we get to know our opponent better. Because all of the things, like, when we measure their decisions, like when we observe things against a hypothesis, we have a more concrete way of understanding our opponent.
Okay.
Perfect. If you're ready, let's hop in.
Alright.
Do you have any questions for me, or is this all basically clear?
I would say it's clear. I just feel like implementing is going to be really rough.
Just say it. Like, look at your percent at the start of the stock.
Yeah.
And like at every time they hit a combo on you, or there's like a significant like change in percent, take a look at your percent, say the move, and then just move on. We are not lingering. You got this. I have complete faith in you. Usually the first 2 stocks are a little funky. That's normal.
Grab. No, nair. Okay. Up air and then plant.
Right, so up air, that's a good observation. He did that up air not because it's the best thing to go for, but you were just in a good spot for up air.
Yeah, and I knew it was just grab. Okay. So that's 43. Air clear. He really wants there. Yeah. Wants to get space there. I think he still wants space there.
Don't be afraid to take center stage. Like, again, this is Falcon. We like walking forward against him and moving forward against him when we're at, like, long distance. Because it makes him do awkward shit like that to get us.
Yeah, now he wants knee.
Mm-hmm. Is that 112? I'd say back air makes sense. And look, by countering back air, you still played around knee, because it's still just avoiding that falling aerial spot.
Yeah. Now he's gonna go back to nair grab.
Mm-hmm.
If I keep jumping, go for up air. Stomp. Never mind. Okay.
Stomp makes sense, though. Like, stomp grab at 0 makes a ton of sense. Like, stomp into grab, I mean, as, like, a thing to play for. How do you feel about your play while you're doing this? Like, has it suffered, or, like...
It feels like I'm slightly suffering, because, like, it's hard for me to think and do this at the same time.
Don't think. Just, these are observations. We're just, like, saying it and moving on. We're not supposed to linger.
Got it.
But, yeah, no, you're doing a great job with, like, you're doing a great job. It's just, again, we're using our instincts here, like, in our knowledge. Like, we want to, like, grab from our knowledge quickly, and then get right back into the action.
Okay. Alright.
The name of the game is Seamless.
Oh, did not get the shadow crouch, that sucks.
Does it?
Oh, not really.
I mean, you're still winning by, like, a lot right now.
Oh god.
You could be winning by more, I suppose.
Knee? Okay. Knee again.
You tried to SDI that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Try to just make sure your stick ends in the DI position, though.
Okay.
Because, like, I think you did a bunch to the right, and you got some of them, but, like, you also didn't DI, like, the actual hit the way you wanted to, so it was a net loss in terms of, like, your survivability. So it's just, all that means is just aim at the top, aim at the desired corner at the end of your SDI input. Nice.
Stomp. Up there. Maybe really wants grab. But damn it.
What's interesting to me as I'm watching this, and keep up the great work, by the way, on this, but like on the percents thing, but I would say that like your knowledge of what to do on stage is better than your knowledge of what to do off stage.
Yeah, I've been struggling with that a lot. I feel like a lot of Foxes mix up their edge guards now at higher levels where like I don't know what to do.
So something I want to ask you, I noticed that you tend to like stand still when people are recovering. Are you waiting?
Yeah.
What option? What are you waiting for when you're doing that? Like, what are you trying to do?
I think my brain is a little too used to ultimate in that regard, but like, quite as early ultimate, where like, I kind of beat it out of me from jumping off stage for a while, but I know I should probably be like grabbing ledge, but I'm also trying to react to see like what they're doing, or where they're gonna up B from.
Okay, after this match, we're gonna teach you some basic forms in like the in the versus mode, and then we're gonna head back into this once we have a little bit of comfort with them, because we're just gonna give you some tools to like set up better edge guard coverage.
Nair grab. Yeah, both. I get both. Okay.
Isn't he easier to predict now?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Alright, we're gonna GG's him and head back into versus, because I'm gonna walk you... Okay, cool. Honestly, yeah, no, they do that with me too. Like, the instant they take that game, they're just out of there.
Yeah.
Fucking Falcon players. Anyway, yeah, let's go into versus mode, and yeah, just like once you're in, let's go to Battlefield, actually. Yeah, this is fine. Perfect. So, for off-stage coverage, like, pause the game. Okay, so you see, like, the floor of Battlefield to your left, right?
Yeah.
So, I want you to go down to the floor, run off the stage, and then fall a bit, like, not past... Sheik should not be fully past the lip of the stage. And then I want you to double jump up with a nair.
Like that?
Yeah. So, like, think about, like, where Fox's illusion recovers.
Yeah.
So, like, that is a big wall that stops that. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's other ways that you can do that. Like, so using your like a double jump aerial, like with a high duration, is a classic coverage. You can also do it facing away with your back air. You have to hold down a little bit, or like jump off with needle charge, because yeah, you'll grab the edge, right? So like,
yeah,
you might have to short hop reverse needle, but yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? Try dashing into like, can you dash forward, short hop, turn needle? Like, short hop, yeah, that thing, exactly. Use that to set up a fast fall, to, like, set up a thing, time to hold down, and then hold down as you pass the edge if you want to, like, cover below it. Yeah.
Okay, what's that up there? Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and you can see, like, you can also bail out of that by transitioning into, like, a Sammy stall. No, sorry, like, you'd go past it, and then, like, use the first part of the up B to snap to the edge. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So you see how you have, like, all these different paths that are available now to, like, cover different... Yeah, exactly. And you could also, like, cut that, like, when you do that fast fall, you could also just, like, let go of the down input and grab the edge from there, depending on, like, as needed.
Yeah, that's a lot of option selects.
Yeah. So, in addition to that, I would also say that full hop, like... jumping off with full hop or short hop turn, like a really aggressive short hop or turn or full hop, like turnaround needle charge, and then like just like keep drifting, like once you turn, just keep going at, like just keep drifting outwards. Don't do the fast fall in this one. Do the full hop, and then just don't do the fast fall when like. And the idea is that we're trying to get far, exactly. So you see how you can cover so much space with that and still return to the stage, like somewhat efficiently.
Yeah. I will say, like, I'm aware of, like, some of these, but I feel like when I freeze up, it's because, like, I'm not sure what to do at the time, you know what I mean? Like, I guess I could just immediately go for this and try to, like, react. I feel like,
No, go ahead.
like, I see all the options I can do, and I'm not sure which one to go for at the right time. Like, sometimes, like, Fox would be, like, over here, and they'll, like, do, like, an up, like, kind of like an up B over there. And it's like, well, okay, they can either like go like high up here, or like they'll just like somehow sweet spot ledge here. It's like annoying, or because of the weird like horizontal like distance here, they can just go straight for a side B. And my brain is just like, I don't know if I should just like run up and down smash. I don't know if I should like, if they go past this.
Let me share my screen because I think that you and I think fundamentally look at this situation differently, and that's okay. Yeah. So let's go actually to our modest shine training. And, like, I'm just gonna, yeah, you can see you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's go to FD. So I'm not even interested in letting him, like, have, like, all of his drift options. I want to go out early. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just going out and putting myself between him and the stage. That's the rule of thumb. Put yourself between him and the stage.
Okay.
See, like, I'm just falling on him. And at these close one that's awkward, then that's when I grab the edge, because, like, I know that he's, like, too awkward to, like, hit with, like, the back air. So then I bail out. Like, sometimes they're too close, or they might be too far. Like, on that one I could do it. This one I can do it for sure. But, like, sometimes they recover really low, like... Yeah, like, from here, well, I can still get that. But, like, let's say I don't get, like, as clean of a jump. Like, this is when I'm going out on this one, right? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, let's say I act here. I can't go all the way down. But you can see how, like, this motion still kind of lets me align my edge grab with, like, when he comes back anyway, which is still valuable.
Yes.
So then on higher recoveries, like, that would be the next question. Because, like, not every Fox is going to recover like that. So let's say, like, we, let's see here. Let's do Fox to, let's say 70 damage. No, 65 damage. 65 is good. So then we'll have him, yeah, do up B recovery, so blah, 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 blah. Where are you? Counteraction here. There we go. Up B. That makes sense. And we'll do, trajectory DI inwards. See what I mean? Like, so we're still, like, going above, like, where he goes. The other thing that you could do that makes some amount of sense here is, like, cover with needles. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
because it's kind of like controls a similar space, but like it like slightly differently. Instead of us like having, it's more like slanted down instead of above us. Yeah. So like another thing like for doing this, I'd say try to finish with falling fair, because you see how you have so much time to act after it, right? So
Yeah.
like this is so much better for like being able to set up an edge guard, because all of a sudden I can get into position like immediately. So if you're like finishing with down smash, I'd try where possible to set up like maybe an up tilt or down tilt instead, or like dash attack, where you can then like short hop and then falling fair, so then you can act more efficiently on your follow through and get a better edge guard.
Okay.
Because if I down smash, like I can't really do. You see how he's like already in it. Whereas this,
That actually explains a lot. I like down smash quite a lot. So that's probably one of the big hangups, and I think my brain has not connected the fact that fair gives me more time to do things
falling fair.
after.
Well, technically, rising fair does too, because like again, down smash is like 49 frames, like complete. Like again, there's multiple hits, so like when we're using it in combat, it's not that laggy. But like it's when we're using it for a finisher, and we're hitting the 5th frame of it. Like yeah, it is kind of laggy because there's an additional 44 things we have, like 4 aims we have to go through. As fair is like you just like there's like 8.
Yeah.
When done perfectly, there's like 8. Like that's amazing.
Yeah, just the concept of getting more time from doing a different move didn't really occur to me. And that's also probably another reason why I have like the same time whenever I freeze up. Like, I'll even like register the fact that I have more time sometimes.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, it absolutely does. So I think with this, let's make this a separate goal. Let's make the edge, like we won't do the percents thing, because I don't want to overload you in these matches, because these are new skills. But let's try to unpause versus this fox. Just hit him to like 40 or something, and try doing like one of those, like a setup that ends in fair now. Yeah, exactly. So then we want to act exactly perfect. See how like clean that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wonderful. Let's head into unranked and like see if we can find someone. And the cool thing about this is it works versus every weight and fall speed combination. Cuz it's really just it improves your edge guarding period and your ability to follow through on your like finisher, right? So that comes up against anyone. Heck, you even have chump checks like fall it, like you do the fair and just shoot a grounded needle.
Oh no.
Oh, what do we have?
Oh wait, I didn't stop streaming. I forgot.
No, we're good.
No,
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's still broadcasting to me. See, like, okay, we didn't get the edge guard, but you see how that back air had the same effect as, like, finishing with fair, because it's just, like, we do it while falling.
No! He's weird at edge guard, actually.
Try doing nairs if you're, like, if you're really centered with him like that. Because I think that, like, the back airs are good, but, like, you were, like, right in the middle of him, so you're just getting weak hit. But nair will strong hit him and push him more away and make the next back air easier to get, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's just an input mistake.
I really think that, like, I think the biggest thing I'm noticing is that it's really just, like, a move selection thing. That, like, I think your opportunities can be described as like largely move selection based, and there's different reasons for it, but like I think it's like just try more moves. Like in addition to the things we're working on here, I would try more moves.
Okay.
And try to like do your aerial a little bit later, like a little bit tighter to when you're like getting close to him, you know what I mean? Like, we basically, like, you're soft hitting because you're doing your aerials somewhat early, but let's try to, like, make it a little bit tighter. Just a bit, though. Nice recovery. You tricked him. It was good. I'm glad we didn't get this guy when we were doing the percents thing, because this guy only ever wants 3 things, and there's the same at every goddamn percent. Look, I don't mind this character being good. I actually like that he's a good character, but like, he's very accessible, and part of that is that, you know, he has 3 things and they're always good.
Oh no! Wait. Don't punch me. Don't do it.
Try fairing in that spot, like delay fairing instead of like using your nair. Nair is okay, but like fair is like really like the money maker. Like fair wins more fights.
Okay.
Because fair is like a giant disjointed arm. Nair is fast, but like if we're coming in from that far away, the fast isn't really relevant.
Oh.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Did not expect to be that at all.
I would have needled him.
Yeah.
I would have needled him so he turns around and has to up B early to like survive.
I honestly thought they were just gonna get back on stage. I was like, okay. Because they were doing that before. I didn't expect the whip had that option at all.
Okay, that nair, like, okay, got it. So that nair, like that shield pressure nair that you did, if you want to learn how to make that work properly, we can definitely like do that. But yeah, let's fight the monkey again though.
Okay.
Well, let's ruin this monkey.
Okay.
And how much are we thinking right now?
Maybe like 40% thinking.
How do we reduce that to 15? Because observations are fine, but like we don't want to like use. That's 40% is a lot of RAM. Our brain only has so much. How do we reduce that to 15?
I have no clue.
Well, what are you
Usually
thinking about?
I just kind of like the session in general, and like talking, like communicating, taking up some RAM, and
okay, but like this is gonna go on YouTube anyway, so like
that's true.
And now that I don't have as involved of a titling process, like the uploads are working much more smoothly. So yeah, you won't even have to wait long.
I can't let Gang know I lose the DK. I gotta.
You already lost to DK.
No, that was.
You think I haven't lost to DK? I lost to Quang at Gommel.
Oh no, I don't know who Quang is.
Syndic will McDuck. He's like the guy with like the weird like the 18 like the 43 like letter name that starts with CY.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I hate his tag. It's just like apparently it's Cylinder and Kumquat together.
Oh.
And I'm just like just pick your favorite Pokemon, goddammit. Like it's just I don't understand. Oh my god, the mix-ups, the Street Fighter mix-ups.
Oh, whoops.
I love your scrapping. Your scrapping is so good.
Is it?
Like the way you're doing your like your infighting against this DK. I really like what you do when you're close to him. Other than that F tilt. That F tilt was like not good, but like literally everything else has been gold.
Jump. Oh, never mind. I wasn't just do that. There we go.
Let the sound guide you.
There you go.
When you grab the edge, there's an audio cue. Like she kind of gasps. That when it finishes.
Oh, that's why they like stop. Oh yeah, the gas.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, like let the audio cue guide you. Like you don't have like. Do you take your eyes off your character when you grab the edge?
I've been trying to. I feel like when I feel pressure, I don't though. Like
so,
I look back at my character.
Trust the audio sound because it always happens like at the same time when you grab the edge, and use that like so because you know like once you hear that you know when you've grabbed the edge, right? So yeah. I would just like lean on that because I think the reason we do it is like we've incurred knockback, we're going off, like we have to we want to realign ourselves, but I'm saying there's other ways to do it that don't cost us our eyes.
Okay. I tried to go for it.
I would have nared again, and then I would have done that. I think you needed one more nair. Like, one more of, like, the run-off double jump nair, I mean. Because remember, your nair hits lower than your fair does. Because, like, it comes out sooner, so there's not as much travel time for the hitbox.
I thought Randall was going to goof me there. Okay.
Yeah, even if he lands there, you just hit him again. Just means you have, like, 3 more reps of the edge guard instead of, like, none. Alright, again says, after this game, we're gonna keep fighting him if he sticks around. But now we're gonna try to do both things. So we're gonna try to, like, do the percents thing, but after this game, not this game. But
Okay.
after this game, we're gonna try to do the percents game thing, and also, like, just, yeah, we're gonna try to apply the things that we did. Or we're going to apply the thing, like, the edge guard stuff.
Sometimes I feel like the percent thing against certain players like doesn't have like proper hold because like they just want like the one move, like knee, like the one adrenaline.
You are doing a lot more moves now. So as soon as you became aware of it, like, as soon as you became aware of, like, what they're looking for, your move selection refined. And I think that makes sense, because, like, if we don't have their side of the board, we only have our side to make our decisions.
Yeah.
So, first of all, so I'm going to, like, look past the fact, that self-deprecating comment, and be like, no, you're doing fine. Relax. But, okay, for other players who, like, wobblers, who actually truly want just one thing, I would say it still has value, because, like, as we are gaining information, we have a lot of, like, things now, like, concrete pieces of data that show they are only looking for one thing. So it's actually based on something instead of being like, well, I feel like they would just want to grab.
Oh, yeah. I just feel like some players who may not even be thinking about what they're doing.
Yeah, and won't it be, like, super obvious really quickly with the percent method if they're actually just doing that? Like, maybe not on the first two or three interactions, but, like, I feel like by three, 4, 5, like, we got this. The other thing I would kind of say is, it also works well for, like, again, like, the goal is not to be right. The goal is to have a tool to understand our opponent and how they're operating. So, like, it also is good at catching off meta styles. Because if they're not doing, like, the most efficient punishing thing, then they've got to be doing something else. So,
Yeah,
what is
that's
that?
true.
It's like, these are clues. He kind of baited you there, because you walked forward, and then he crouched, and then you were like, oh shit, and then he just, like, attacked you. That was funny.
Yeah.
But if you had pushed the button, because he leaves crouch by doing that, you would have won. That's so funny. So, like... So, low-key, in those kinds of spots, I really like her down smash and up tilt. Because the multi-hit is kind of like chump checks some of their timing skills. Great gimp. Like, it chump checks certain timing, like, reaction timings, and then, like, it also chump checks their... It also still wins the tie on their attack.
Oh, no.
Like, that's a... I call that the Dreffen.
I've heard of Dreffen. I've never seen Dreffen.
I've never seen you and Dreffen in the same room, so I'm not convinced that you're not Dreffen. Amazing edgeguard. Beautiful. Good work, Dreffen. I like to think we have fun here.
Yeah, I read the shroomed on like rank once. I was like, no way, and then like they hit me with the, I think the cheat course calls it like the Mewtwo King. So like after like 2 stocks, they just started chain grabbing. I was like, dude, you're already winning.
Wait, Shroomed can chain grab?
Yeah.
Wow, 2025 is a weird time. Like,
Like,
next you'll be telling me that Plup can reaction tech chase. Like,
that would be crazy.
Unreal. What a world we live in.
Oh, there we left.
Okay, this is good. This is good though. So let's hit pause here for just a moment and talk about what we have learned today.
Okay, so we've. Oh, are you gonna type it or you want me to talk about it?
Well, I'm making notes.
Got it. So, considering my opponent's options at each percent, it has to be more of like a passive thing.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able to passively do that in the moment so I can make better decisions. on what moves I should use. I should also keep track of what I've done that my opponent's looking out for. You know, like
No. We don't worry about us. This is
we don't worry about us.
Not. We have to walk. We have to learn to walk. So let's focus on walking. So game state awareness expansion. I love how you worded it. So basically, like, continue to build on build the skill of continue to build awareness of opponent goals. Possible goals. Bracket hits. Bracket desired hits. Based on my percent.
Got it.
Yeah.
Using better moves to set up better edge guards, I guess. That's probably not the way to say it, but it's like using moves like fair and like bear instead of just down smash. So you have more time to get in position for edge guards, or just doing things to get you in position for edge guards faster, if that makes more sense.
Yeah, it's absolutely needed. So we'll label that one move selection refinement, bracket combo finishers, and we'll say, to continue to explore more efficient ways of ending the combo to earn more setup time for the resulting edgeguard or other advantage state. Bracket or other advantage state. Because this also applies for like juggling. Because like the ability to because you know how good what moves beat Sheik's back air when a character is there a character in this game that has a move that beats Sheik's back air when they're out when Sheik has them in like the prime back air position?
It's like a perfect Fox Shine Cow, because I feel like that could work.
I would think that he's gonna get eaten by her disjoint being as big as him.
Yeah.
Like it's always we always forget that it's like she's got the leg sword.
Sure. I don't think so. The only thing that comes to mind is Peach down smash on plat from past drama, and that's it.
I mean, okay, so that one's real, but like at the same time, we're not going to be like when we're in juggle state, the opponent's in the air. So like, yeah. So like the answer is basically other than counter hits that like make them invincible in some way or like counterattack ready or dodgy or whatever. The answer is no. Like there aren't any. It's like fighting Marth's Fair when he's got you aligned for it, or Marth's up air when he's got you aligned for it, or Falcon up air. Like it's why those three are the shark gods, right? So so I think that like the one thing there is a lot of times when we finish like juggling situations and the opponent DIs away from like an up air, like Peach or like a jumpless or floatless Peach DIs away from like our up air at like 60 or something, and we can't get a real follow up after it, but like if we short hop that up air or like get to the ground quickly after that up air, we have the time to like say, I don't know, like jump forward with like dash jump forward with needle turnaround. So then all of a sudden we're sharking with back air instead of forward air. And like that makes a world of difference in terms of our potency, because fair they can contest our timing skills. Like it's only out for 3 frames and it doesn't cover as huge of an area. Back air is faster, it's bigger, it's more consistent, it's just like better in every conceivable way here. So like earning that time to like set that up, like that's another way that like we can capitalize on like efficiency. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So
optimizing that is going to be fun for sure. I think that's going to fix like a lot of huge issues.
Yeah. No, I agree, because like I like a lot of the things. Like a lot of the issues, like the structural problems in like in some of the edge guards and things you sent me, because your edge guards have like a lot of really good elements, but like I do notice that like we're kind of stuck to the floor, but like like it instantly like a lot of it was instantly corrected. So I think that really these two concepts are really these two concepts I think are the most important things for you to be like working on right now, as far as at least based on what I know about you as a player. Yeah, and I think that like you're gonna see a lot of returns from these, like pretty much right away. We do have about 5 minutes left because we did start like a little bit after. Do you have any questions about these or anything that you think we can fit into 5 minutes?
In regards to percents and what to look out for. I'm still kind of struggling with Peach, just a fair bit, because I feel like I play around that way because I know they want like down smash or like dash attack at a certain range or like full turn up.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I still find myself ending up in like terrible positions. Like maybe like they start getting me with nairs or like fair, or like I don't really know how to play around those really well. I feel like where I get punished, I get hit by those the most. Just like fair, like I misanticipate the timing of it, and I get like cooked and like stuff like that. I don't know. Is there like a better idea of like a game plan I should be following? Like certain rules I should be following in that matchup?
Yeah. So let me actually. You know what? This we'll probably need like 10 minutes for this, but I don't mind going over. Okay, cool. Okay. So let me like. Do you have a match versus a Peach that we can look at?
Yeah. I have a few. Let me find one.
Okay, perfect. And actually that reminded me, we also had one more thing, the take stage concept, because we have like a concept like realignment. It's like center stage is generally strong, but it is not the only form of quote unquote taking space. Achieving a good neutral game spacing, defensively sturdy position, etc., can also be forms of taking space when traditional stage advantage is not the goal. Advantage is not beneficial for whatever reason. No, is not as beneficial for whatever reason.
Got it.
Yeah. So now let's look at this Peach game. And I will share my screen once it's up. Cool.
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop. Super Wheat Boy. Oh, who is this?
Oh, I have no clue.
Okay. Well, they are Super Wheat Boy. So let's like start from the beginning and see what we got.
Just like a random ranked session.
So one thing I want to start with. Why are we leaving the platform?
I just want to hit Peach.
Okay, but like, you see, so let's talk about ranges for a second. So what Super Wheat Boy here has done very cleverly is moved outside of your needle zone. Which means that he's also outside of your runoff forward air zone, because they cover basically the same area. See what I mean?
Got it.
So what we're basically doing here is we're just missing directly in front of Peach. This is why I'm like, why are we leaving the platform like this? Because like we're basically like the space that Sheik controls in this, from that platform. Like I'm sure that we've all seen this like a quintillion times, but like just as a gentle reminder, it's like basically like this, right? Like this is kind of like her territory. So Peach being over here is outside of your territory. So it doesn't really like if I were gonna leave the platform here, I would be going here.
Okay.
Does that make sense, right? Because we're not like right next to Peach then. And I would even say that like we don't necessarily have to leave the platform. Staying up here and just charging more needles and seeing what she does is not a bad idea. Because she's
I feel like I get sharked if I stay on that platform, but I guess I can react to when she approaches to avoid that.
Well, like it's just like like if she's got a turnip, right? So how does she shark us? She has to let go of she has to use the turnip or let go of it, and then also move under here.
Yeah.
So like there's a bunch of there's a bunch of tells we have like for when she can actually even shark us. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So like this would be like the fact that she's like outside the line, like this is really like this and the fact that she's outside the line really are the two big ones that tell me that like we don't really want to like fuck with her right now. It's not, and like the other one is her percent. Because even if we hit this fair, like because she has the turnip, it's fine. But like if she we don't really. Well, actually, no. Her percent is a factor, but because she has this, it's okay. Never mind. So good here. Okay, this waveland forward. So that what are Peach's strengths and what are Sheik's strengths in this matchup?
Offhand, I know what Sheik is bare. This is pretty strong.
Let's be more broad strokes. So if whose moves are better, have more priority or disjoint when spaced?
I want to say Sheik.
Yeah, of course. And whose moves are, like, better in scraps?
Peach.
Right. So the name of the game here is arm's length. So, like, when she's here and coming forward, like, you see how we're wave landing forward? But we're, like, then not able to do anything about this.
Yeah.
So, like, what would be a better way of approaching this situation?
Well, maybe just going on... Actually, just bearing would probably work.
We are facing forward.
Oh, I may turn around bear.
How do we turn around and shield?
Good point. Wave dash back, turn around bear.
There was nothing wrong with you going to the platform. I want to be clear about that. You just wave land back.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing you can do is you can full hop on with needle.
Oh, that's true. That also hits them down a bit.
Yeah. So, like, our solutions from this shielding position, like, what we want to be doing is, like, you're trying to, like, you are the character who's trying to not let her come in. You are the zoning, like, in this matchup, because all she wants to do is, like, create a scrap with you, you are like, the footsie/zoning character. So, so you are trying to, like, stop her by, like, shooting this needle to be like, fuck off, no, absolutely not, don't want you near me. So, like, this is, like, this is the first no, like, the first, like, go away. So this is, like, option 1. The other one would be to go up there, like you did, and then move this way. The advantage to this is that you are then, like, spacing, which is very good. The disadvantage to this is that you are kind of allowing her to board the platform with you if she thinks that you'll do this. Like, if she floats at this height that's where things can go wrong. But yeah, she has to call that out, basically.
Okay.
And then she's not, like, the other thing you can do, and this will sound very silly, but, like, whatever, we're gonna go for it. You can just fair here. Like, you can full hop up and fair in front of you, because you just drift back with this if you do that.
Ooh.
Right? So you, like, kind of, like, come up at this arc, at this trajectory, and then you just, like, do this.
Got it.
So these would be 3. So, like, so needle's good. Fair, and then 2 would be waveland away. And then the other thing you could do, if you want to play the ground, you might want to sometimes, like, especially if I don't think it makes sense here, but, like, if you wanted to play the ground because you thought that she wasn't gonna go, like, because I don't like Peach being above me here, but, like, because of her percent. But if she was at, like, say, like 25 or something, like, when up air knocks over, you could also do 4, which is wave dash back. And you see how we're, like, creating, like, we're just making it really difficult for her to engage us, right?
Yeah. The whole point is just don't scrap. Don't tussle, keep her out of range.
She fucks us up in scraps. That is, like, the one position that she beats us in. And she beats the hell out of us in it. But, like, we don't have to give it to her. This is good. One thing about this style of combo... So you see how, like, your combo is basically... Like, so one thing I want to ask, was your combo over? After this F tilt up air?
I don't think so. I think I could have needle reverse back aired or something.
You do not have... How on earth do you have the time for that?
I
Double jump fair, double jump nair. See how you're trying to, like, fall on her with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, what I'm saying here is, like, when you hit this up air, like... So you hit this F tilt, up air, and then, like... You could have also landed on the platform, honestly. And then just run off with the aerial.
Dang.
So, yeah, like, this... So I would say that, like, this situation, like, this up air here is another big one. Like, this would be a spot, and I don't normally go, like, systematically through this like this, but I have a feeling they're going to conform to these, like, somewhat consistently. Maybe I'll be wrong, but, like, here, like, basically, land and act, no, and run off aerial, or tilt, because you could also just tilt because you've landed. And the other
would be nice.
Yeah, I like F tilt here because she's like kind of like, I don't know if she's holding, like if she wants to nair, she has to let go. So if you F tilt her and put her up here, then you just get another thing if she's trying to nair, which is like awesome. The other thing you can do is just like double jump into like instant attack. So this one's a little bit trickier. This one's a little bit trickier, but it would be like probably double jump nair slash fair. Because the idea is we're just like getting below her, like we have to fall a bit with that one. Like we do wind up falling a bit. But we just go here and then just come up. Does that makes sense too, right?
Got it. Yeah.
And believe it or not, there is a third option here.
No.
No, why is that bad? More options are good.
let me just get Ganon F air, and then I just go for the edge guard. Just put it on Sheik instead.
Fast fall to ground.
Okay.
And then we just shark. Because
that's true.
Yeah, because we'll get to the ground before her by a lot because we're a quick faller and she's a floaty. So like if we just like fast fall right away here, like think about how fast you get to the ground, and then like you could just like dash dance out of the way of this nair, and then grab her landing, and then just or dash attack her or whatever, and then just keep cooking her.
I kind of like that option a lot, but that's because I have a bad habit of liking baiting out stuff.
I mean, this is a thing that works really well in this matchup. The fight dynamic between these two is that Peach wants to like force the issue, and Sheik is just not letting her have it. So what is that going to do to someone? They're going to want to go for it when they can. So that's actually really good. So on this one, what happened here? Yeah, see, like, you're going forward. Like, why are we why are we wave landing forward? Back. Do you know what happens if she tries that nair and you wave dash and you wave land back? Nothing. And that's great. Your character has the better neutral. When nothing happens and you get free, when you get damage and disengage, like, safely, and then force her to go through your neutral again, you're super happy. Yeah, like, really? Like, the only, like, it's just... So that was good. Okay, so this one was good, this Waveland forward, because you see how, like, she's trying to cover your short hop here, basically, and you being in shield here. So, like, because she doesn't move up and down well, you going wave landing here, like, kind of plays to a high-low mix-up that she's not actually that good at covering. So I would say that this is an important thing to flag. This concept of, like... She doesn't move up and down well, so there's kind of like a high and a low mix-up here. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate that W. I'm redoing it. The other thing I would also recommend here, you notice how much she moves forward when she does her, like, when she does her thing. Like, when she does her nair. Like, she's really slow, and it takes her a lot of time to, like, move forward to cover things.
Yeah.
So the other thing I would comment on this... Actually, they did pull back at the end, so this was good by them. This play wouldn't work on this. But if you think that they're going to... Another thing that's pretty good here is just shielding here. Because if she... Like, shielding here is okay. Because if she pushes you... Like, especially light shielding. So I would say that light shield is also, like, something worth... Like, LS is also something worth, like, thinking about. Because if she pushes you back onto the ledge, then you just, like, stall. She doesn't take the edge very easily. She's slow. And it also opens up the option for you to, like... Because she wants to grab that, basically, and forward throw you. So, like, it opens up, like, a possible way through her on roll.
Got it.
Like, this makes sense, right?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, and the cool thing here is roll actually works really well if you can combine this with movement. So like the other thing here is I'd say, let's say we don't get into our shield. Let's say we like dash dance here. Dash dance or walk here. And she thinks that that is your cue for like jumping up here for this waveland, right? Because then we sometimes do movements before we do this. That is like if she covers this with full hop. Like, if she full hops for nair here to cover the high, roll is also really good against that, too, because we just get by her. It also deals with dash attack that they might sometimes do if they think we'll short hop. So there's kind of, like, a number of options that are, like, that she tries to cover. Like, short hop, you going to the platform, shielding. We want to, like, those are kind of the big ones for her. So rolling through her, using the waveland across. These are all like even just like sometimes just stalling the edge a little bit to get by some time and like kind of like see what she's up to. These are all very, very useful things.
Got it.
Are these things that you've thought of before?
No.
Okay.
I remotely. My game plan for this has been just kind of vibes and like bear and like just try hitting them.
Yeah, so like you see that like this nair, so this is the type of nair that I would try avoiding. So you see like when we put this out, it doesn't really do anything for us. I would be trying to fall down with needles or like descending auto cancel fair or late nair because this will all like pressure her shield very much more effectively. The name of the game, to your credit though, your spacing is good. So if I had to say one thing about this play, this is like picture perfect spacing for how far you want to be from her shield.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like this. No, this is like, yeah. Because the thing is like if we think about where her attacks out of shield go, she kind of has she has like kind of like a spacing here, like here where she can like nair. Like where she can like full hop nair or short hop nair. Like short hop is just the same thing, but like a little bit like cuts off like here kind of. She can also like float nair out of shield too, which hits kind of like this area like immediately. And then she's got her shield grab, which is her parasol, which is already captured in this. So she kind of has like what we affectionately call the cone of death. You are outside the cone of death, so you are fine.
I will say one additional thing that I recently learned. This is mostly like from like a tip from like Relaxing in a game he sent me, was like down tilt is like really strong for capturing certain floats. So this was like the game I was implementing that. So you see me down tilt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I saw the down tilts and I had nothing to say about them because they're just good.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing like there's. When you said you're on vibes, I'm like down tilt good versus floaties. Yeah, like down tilt.
Yeah, that was something I recently learned. So like I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah. So, like, when she's, like, fucking around in the corner like this, what do you think you should be doing?
Charging needles.
Shoot her!
Yeah.
Like, shoot her in the face! What you are doing is actually fine, by the way. Like, I want to be clear. Like, there's nothing wrong with the play that you took. I just think that you could also be... I just think that you also want needles to be part of that solution, because the whole thing with her is you want her to not know which one she's supposed to do, because it's such a cumbersome process for her to wade through neutral. So if you're kind of, like, pretending, like, maybe we're in neutral, maybe we're not, like, who knows? It's a good way to, like, force her to, like, commit to something, because she doesn't have much lag, right? But she's slow. So what you really want her doing is you want her moving a lot in a particular direction so that she's kind of gets onto that game plan. What we are doing is we are, like, stressing her movement as opposed to her, like, actual frames, because we can't stress her frames because except unless she's a down smash spammer or something, because like if the Peach is good, we can't technically stress her frames that effectively until we have her, like, until we know what mode she's in, because she's Peach.
Yeah.
It's just one of her superpowers. Is this part being helpful?
Yes.
Hype. So I'm just going to watch this at, like, this speed and just kind of point things out from here. Because, like, a lot of this is just kind of the same stuff we've talked about. Like, that Nair again. Like, what did it do for us? Wouldn't it have been better as, like, a needle or, like, just not... or nothing? Because we can just observe her while we're up there, right? And then we can, like, decide what we want to do with our jump, with our descent. Whereas committing to the Nair just, like, lags us up. Those needles were actually pretty good because of exactly what happened. But again, we have that Nair. Like, to me, this Nair is almost always better as, like, a fair. Because even if you rising fair, you then just auto-cancel onto the platform. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And the one cool thing about her, she can't really punish you if you if you attack above her. Because, like, because normally it's like, oh, Peach is at 0, I don't want to trade. But, like, if you finish above her, how does she get you?
Yeah, exactly. She
doesn't have a double jump.
Difference. Yeah.
So I would even say what you could do if you were, like, super ballsy, because this is, like, something I used to do because I'm built like that. What you can do if you want to is you can actually, like, jump up like this, slap her, like here, and then on the way down, if you want to, like, if she, like, lands and tries to, like, come into your space, you just slap her again.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like, just, like, because if she goes here, like, if she finishes here on the ground, you just, like, then just you just, like, fall and, like, hit her again on the way down. Now, the safe thing to do is, like, you just take the platform at that point and then, like, shield at the edge of it or something, or, like, waveland or like, land on it, run across or whatever, or run shield. Like, there's a lot of things you can do. Like, basically, getting out of the corner is generally better because it's safer and more consistent and boring. But, like, if you want to live a little.
Yeah, that's my whole game plan.
Just hit her. Like, honestly,
Yeah,
it's such a good plan. But yeah, so, like, we kind of have, like, waveland. We have, like, fairs here, like, fair here, fair AC, and we also have, like, fair into, like, potentially, like, a descending, like, another fair. Another fair. So yeah, there's, like, it's very greedy, but, like, also you could needle too, because, like, she's in the spot for it, but
yeah,
like, I mean, like, descending needle, like, fair, go up with fair, falling needle, because if she crouches or, like, tries to, like, just use her, if she tries to crouch to, like, tank the falling fair, you just needle grab her, and then she feels like an idiot. Because then you get, like, 40 damage, and then it's like, then she really feels like an idiot. See? Landing on the platform!
yeah.
So, like, this is what I mean. Like, a lot of these things, like, are just things that repeat. But, yeah. I think
I do that drift out because I'm afraid of down smash as an option somehow. Even though I feel like now that I look at it, like, I don't think it's possible. But
she
it's
would
an
have to,
assumption
like,
I make.
she would have to become Mewtwo.
Yeah.
She would have to, like, have teleport in her moveset.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so, like, I think, okay, cool. So let's add this to, like, I think that this is, like, good for our takeaways. Like, we're a little, I don't think I can spare any more time, like,
I appreciate it regardless, though. Seriously.
No, for sure. Like, you told me that this was a priority, and while we did work on general stuff, I don't want you to feel stranded against this character, so this is where we'll cut it. But, like, Peach matchup, let's just quickly do a couple takeaways. So Peach matchup 1, let's say, how would you word some of the things? Like, I think the big concept that that we want to be mindful of is just, like, what our role in the matchup is.
Yeah, remember I'm the zoner, not the scrapper.
Mm-hmm.
In this scenario, my goal is to keep Peach out.
Yeah.
And exhaust whatever options she has. Another goal is to be keen on her positioning and her movement, like her jumps and stuff, and her high lows.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just random there. Go for maybe options like fair more. Down tilt's always nice. But what else? Cone of Death is new to me. I didn't really consider that.
Okay, so let me tell me what you think of this wording. Peach matchup 1, know your role. I am the zoner / footsie character, not the grappler / scrapper. Peach matchup 2, high-low mix-up. Peach struggles with covering distinct vertical spaces. No spaces, bracket, platform, waveland versus run through example. Use it, like, continue to look for spots where she loses coverage on above or below her by committing her to a jump.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be a good one, and then, like, let's also talk about punish actually. 3. So what did we covered a bunch of stuff about, like, sharking and, like, different routes. What do you think the pros and cons of these different routes are?
Let's see. Sharking is pretty good because, one, Peach can't really hit blubber super well, besides, like, Dare, I guess. And up air seems to cover that pretty well.
Well, we want a back air. Like, back air, up air, up air fair, they'll all win. It just depends on, like, how our alignment is.
Yeah, sorry, I was just focused on up air because that's what I did the most of. But, like, yeah, like, keep her in the air is also really beneficial because we beat her with the right move every time. Also, landing on plat in between, like, punish is really important. to extend certain combos or just extend pressure, like with up tilt or like, or just like keeping her in the air as much as possible, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just finding ways to hit her and keep her up. Almost like a balloon, almost.
It's very similar to fighting Samus and Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of balloon. I was like, yeah, it's kind of like Jigglypuff.
So one thing I'm going to say here, like for punish overview, I'm going to be like, I'm actually going to call this sharking overview. So one thing I'm going to say is pay attention, like continue, we didn't cover this, but like continue to develop sharking game with bear and fair, bracket and fair, up air as first line of defense versus her free fall. Note, her ability to contest this will vary a great deal based on what recovery resources she still has. So like whether she can float or not, whether she can double jump or not, these are or whether she has one or both of them or none of them is like very, very, very impactful here. So she has only, like, as an example, I actually think that she wants, like, if she has her float, that means you can't like put your thing like just barely below her, because then she can just float above it like barely and then hit you, right?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of like overshoot into her, so to speak. Yeah. So like that's a thing that people get tripped up on. This is also why tilts are less good against her when she has her float. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
But if she doesn't have her float, then she only really comes down with her like double jump, right? So like tilts are like back air up tilt or something, like some simple wall like that is then suddenly amazing, because it's just we put it slightly below her and then what does she do? She falls into it, or she like falls into it faster. So that I think is like I think that concept, like we want to flag that. Like the other thing I would say here is like punish extent, no Peach matchup 3, and I'm just gonna say punish extensions, and it's just like landing on the platform. Yeah, landing on platform to continue combos and hit sequences. I think with that we are good. Do you have any questions about these takeaways, or like is all this pretty much clear?
This is pretty clear, thank you. Again, I appreciate for the extra time. Thank you for going over this matchup with me and all the other concepts. This is going to take me a bit to go through for sure, or at least implement. The reason why I take a while to book another session is because I'm usually just grinding this out to kind of like internalize it. That makes sense.
No, I mean, like, I happened, like, again, I canceled on us, so I don't mind like making sure that this is like handled. It's again, I have a free day today too, so a little bit over. Like, me and Rick happen to not have anything today, so it's all good. I'm gonna hit cut.